Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me for, I can't believe we're already in November, so the first World Session of November 2023. I'm going to hop right into it. I've been feeling session building up over from early this morning and then speaking with the people that join me live before we start session. Really helped me to hone the session in. So please take a deep breath first from wherever you're sitting. It's really good to take a moment to settle into your chair, to turn off the distractions, make sure your phone is on silent. Really feel the chair or the couch or the bed that you're sitting on or laying on to fully receive the session. This is for you. You're doing this for yourself. Please do not do this and listen to the session while distracted. Certainly not driving or doing the dishes or working or haphazardly. Really take the time for yourself. This is for you. And that being said, we're hopping right into body chemistry. And there's a few things going on. I've noticed that a lot of people around me are catching colds or throat tingles or who are really sick and not doing well. So hopping right into that immune system. And we want to going in and we're going to support that innate immune system. So there's such, I wish I could speak everything that I see that's happening within this formula, but I can only speak one at a time. But just so you know, this is all happening simultaneously and not one before the other. There's not one part of this formula that's more important than the next. And it's like a, like a jumble, like a fruit basket or a three-ring circus, so to speak. The first thing that's calling to me, what I'm going to speak about, is the innate immune system. So we want to support the innate immune system that it just knows. It knows what to do. Goes along with discernment. Oh, this food is good for me. This mineral is good for me. This is not good for me. That's not good for me. But it doesn't mean that it's static and that it stays the same. And this is the really important factor that comes in, that those things that are good for you change with your needs. It changes all of the time. Changes all of the time. And then the innate immune system sitting in that gut just knows. In comes that natural discernment that it just knows, oh, yes, no, yes, no. And so that goes along with relationships. Oh, take a deep breath on that one. There's almost a forcing to be with other people, even if your body has a strong reaction to them. And if that reaction is really coming from discernment and not from your filters of what you think that person should be, or even how you should be, that's very different. We're working with that really healthy, strong, innate immune system that goes right into yes, no, yes, no. And it does it from the gut. So we need to support any filters on that innate immune system of thinking my needs don't change. Oh, there's a really big response to that one. That if you're used to taking a multivitamin every morning, and then you go to take that multivitamin, and then something stops you, that's your innate immune system working. No, I don't need this anymore. I might need it for 3 months, but now you go to put it in your mouth and something says no. Take a deep breath. We want to dump those filters off of the innate immune system. So we'll do a 5 senses dumping, both physical and subtle, of staying the same. My needs are always the same. What I need that makes me feel good and healthy must always stay the same. Now, we're going to anchor that to the heart for individuation to dump those filters. And then the innate immune system stays nice and strong. Now we're moving into the adaptive immune system now. And things are always changing. Your body chemistry is always changing. Your blood temperature changes from now and then. The body temperature, no, not the blood temperature, sorry. Body temperature changes now and then. There's a fluctuation. Sometimes you get cold, sometimes you get hot, sometimes you sweat more, sometimes you sweat less, sometimes you have lots of saliva, other times your mouth is dry. Everything about you is, now that's just on the physical level. And now think emotionally, how your emotions run through the body and how they're constantly shifting and they move. And that's a change. Oh, I feel sad. And then the wind blows and now you're feeling the coolness of the wind and it brings you joy. There's constant change and even constant change within your environment. So germs are mutating, viruses, bacteria, and there's fear as soon as I say that. So we're going to want to dump fear from the adaptive immune system. Now, healthy fear keeps you healthy. It keeps you alive. It protects you. It protects you. Oh, take a deep breath. But unhealthy fear, paranoia, neuroticism, it would skew the ability of the adaptive immune system to naturally adapt to your surroundings. Oof, even the immune system going, no, even I need to be thinking, oh, I need to stay the same. Whether it be, oh, I'm feeling really good right now. I need to stay feeling good all the time. Ooh. You can take some spit. I forgot to do this and place it in your belly button for a body chemistry. And then it's also coming in, there's another portion to this adaptive immune system. Oh, that the environment must never change. People in your life must never change. Or if they do change, oof, you've changed. Oh, feel the weight of that. Oh, you've changed. As if there's an assumption. There is an assumption that everything must stay the same. Well, that totally kills out any adventure to life, kills out any curiosity. That's even going, whether your family members, oh, you've changed. Oh, you don't do that the same as you used to do. And then you can think about how you do that to yourself. Take a nice deep breath. We're dumping all of these consciousnesses, all of this thinking, these rigid belief systems about change and adaptability. I don't really like change, but it's really being adaptive, being flexible, and then have the adaptive immune system being able to go ahead and to adapt to your environment, to adapt to the changes around you, even within yourself. Oh, and so in comes synthesis. I can synthesize and adapt to the changes of my life, of myself. My body is always seeking homeostasis. So we're going in and we're going to tap, no, and then we're going to go, yeah, we're going to tap that in here. And then we're going to anchor that into the gut brain for discernment. Body knows, linking that into your prefrontal cortex. So it'll work with your body. Linking that into really grounding that into the small intestines, into the gut brain of discernment. Oh, now just relax on that. Oh, thank God. We're going back into body chemistry and we're going to go ahead and do a general body chemistry. So do a search and yeah, we're going to do a search and destroy. If there's any bugs, if anyone's feeling sick, or even if it's just even, really sick with a flu or a cold or something persistent, or even if it's just the starting of something, or even if it's just a nose tickle, like you've got a little bit of runny nose. Allergens is coming up really strong. And as I say allergens, my eyes start to, oof. Oh, if that's really big, my nose and my eyes start to itch and tickle on allergens. So we're going to stick in allergens in there. My skin is even itchy on that one. So we'll do a full body chemistry, viruses, bacteria, parasites, toxins, allergens, and even intolerances. So intolerance can even be emotional intolerance, intolerance towards your own negative self-talk. It's interesting. Or hearing others complain about the same old thing over the same conversations over and over again, like they're stuck in that loop. And there's an intolerance to hearing that over and over again. Well, here's the great thing. You can say stop. Say, I stop, stop. So whether that be, I can't talk right now, or you can even just powerfully say, stop, I can't listen to this anymore. Or you know that you've been talking about the same thing for 5 years. Maybe it's time to get some help for it. Oh, and my whole body relaxes on that. So we'll tap in the body chemistry here for that search and do that body chemistry. Oh. Oh, and my whole system is just relaxed. I was talking really quickly. My skin was itchy. I'm still feeling a little itchy and I'm feeling some tension at the back of my head. So we'll go into the back of the head. It's bringing my attention there. We're going into the brain. We're going to go into the occipital brain. We want to make sure that there's enough air circulation, so hydration, circulation, I'm sorry, I'm just watching it. So circulation of blood, lymph, nerve, chi, and water. And we're going to plug in a water, hydration over here to that whole occipital brain. Really bring, but especially the blood, making sure that blood is nice and red and healthy and oxygenated and can go into that occipital brain. Oh, there it goes. Make sure that there's enough air, enough oxygen in the brain. It's nice and pink and healthy. And that's bringing me, linking into the spine. So I'm feeling my back. It feels stiff, especially around that thoracic lumbar area. And it feels like I've been stabbed. It feels like I've been stabbed in the back. So I'm going to go in. We're going to open up a little bit that heart center in the back. There is this paranoia sitting in the back. We're going to want to dump paranoia from the heart. The heart harmonizes. It just knows, it knows how to harmonize. It harmonizes. That's the heart's job. And the heart has a natural protection up to it. It's called the pericardium. And it knows how to protect itself. Protection is natural. If someone's coming at you, your hand comes up to block the blow. If it's raining, you walk with your umbrella. And if it rains, you pop your umbrella, and that protects you from the rain. Walking around with your umbrella or your arm constantly up is a defense. And the behavior to that defensiveness carried in the heart right now is paranoid behavior. Paranoia. Everyone's out to get me. Everyone's going to stab me in the back. All situations are inherently dangerous. So we're going to go and do a little bit of repair to that back heart. It's so closed. And there's so much tension. So we're going to dump paranoid thinking from the back heart. Take a deep breath. We're going to do this through, and it's impacting the lower spine, so that thoracic spine and lumbar spine, that's where I'm feeling it. But we're working at the heart center. So we'll do a breathing exercise through the heart. So when you breathe in, imagine air coming in through the front. And you exhale, it exhales out that back, that heart center through the back. Breathe in, drawing air in through the back heart. And then exhale, it comes out through the front. Feels really stuck like tar. How are we going to do this? So we'll do an active memory. First, we're going to run an active memory thread to being stabbed in the back, whether by yourself through self-sabotage or by others, being betrayal. We'll leave it as betrayal. So whether it's self-betrayal or betrayal by others, we're going to dump an active memory thread through the back of the heart. There it goes. And do a dumping of emotional overload of grief, which is also impacting the lungs. So we're going to dump that, link down small intestine, diaphragm, small intestines for synthesis and release. Take a nice deep breath. Now we'll do the circulation of breath, bringing in also water, hydration to clear out any emotional debris, making sure it's nice and supple, but really to help support dumping those emotions, that paranoid thinking. It's not serving there. It's not serving anywhere. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and do a repair to the heart chakra. And do a repair to the 7 sub-chakras within the heart, linking that into the minor chakras of the hand and the nipples. Take a deep breath. That's loosening. The pain in my back is subsiding. And there's some tenderness. Now, there's nothing that needs to be done about tenderness. This is a calling of an attention to your own tenderness within yourself, your own vulnerability. Now, you're not going to walk into a retail store being completely open and vulnerable. That wouldn't be safe. That wouldn't be the thing to do, but you can, in this space with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself and feel this space. Feel the vulnerability, feel the tenderness. And just as I say that, compassion starts to rise. And my whole body relaxes. I feel my gut relaxing, my head relaxing, even my eyes have softened. We're going to tap this in here. Take a nice deep breath. Being brought into reciprocals, and it's asking a reciprocal of the whole body. Whoa. So basically, in layman's terms, a WD-40 for the whole body. Whew. And as this works, as the reciprocals, all of the reciprocals work through, I can see little lights turning on. So this is going to help with joint stiffness, to help this is also going to help with flexibility, range of movement, but it also improves brain function, and it also improves the function from where the organs, the systems that it touches. So hip, shoulder tip to iliac crest, that line goes all the way down. It goes from diagonal from your shoulder right down to your hip, to your iliac crest, sorry. So shoulders, hips, we do the whole spine, we do eyes, nipples, lympoma, pubic crest, vomer, xiphoid, mouth, navel, temporal bone, ilium, ear, axilla. So it helps the whole body in all of its functionality to become more flexible, to have a better range of movement. This will also help with lubrication of the joints and the cartilage. We have to do another body chemistry Now, this is of latent viruses hiding out, sneaky, hiding out within the joint structures and the cartilage within the joints. So we'll run another body chemistry to all of the reciprocal points or latent viruses that are hiding out and doing some damage. They're actually eating away at the cartilage. Oh, they're sneaky. And they're feeding off of that paranoia that I was talking about before. And that inability to be flexible. Things change. Things change. Adaptability. Take a nice deep breath, and I'm going to tap that in here. Now, this is going to run, that's enough for today. But I got to anchor it to something. I've got to anchor. It doesn't feel 100% done. We're going to anchor it to a planet. Oh, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. We're going to link that to Neptune. And the session is going to run for the next 3 days as an interactive recursive. So think about that, link it to your prefrontal cortex. So think about it as, an update on your phone, on your smartphone, and then there's another update and another update and another update. So it's going to run as that, an interactive recursive. Now link that into your prefrontal cortex so your body will do with it as it needs. I'm feeling some anxiety coming up before we go, right in the pit of my stomach. Like, oh, what is that? So I'm going into the stomach. And it just feels like a backlog. So we've got too much food that's not being broken down. So I don't know if for anyone who's suffering from indigestion or is having a hard time deciphering what to eat. Sometimes the body can be finicky, right? Since everything always changes, your needs change, what's good for you changes, and the stomach's freaking out a little bit. So, and also life experiences are gathered in the stomach. So there's just too much bombardment. The stomach needs a little bit of it feels like a little extra space. So my good friend always asked me once, Monica, how do you eat an elephant? And I was completely baffled. I was like, what? How do you eat an elephant? So something really big. She's like, one piece at a time. Now the stomach is relaxing. Okay, the stomach doesn't need to digest a whole block of food at the same time. A little bit at a time. The bites go down, it turns into chum, bile is released, the liver kicks in to help with the digestion, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the spleen, and the stomach's like, I've got to do it all on my own. Oh, linking the stomach back into the whole digestive process, that it doesn't need to stomach everything on its own. That the stomach's natural consciousness of digestion, the assimilation of life in small bite-sized pieces. And when you try to do everything at the same time or take in too much, there's an overwhelm. So we're dumping overwhelm from the stomach. And we're linking support, bringing all of those organs, the digestive organs, liver, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas, even the kidneys back into this whole assimilation, detoxification, digestion process. Oh, that feels so much better. Now we can go ahead and link that, tap in that whole session. And it will run as an interactive recursive. And I'm not setting a day and time. Your body will know what to do and how to run this for yourself, but it will run over the next 3 days. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for supporting the work, either by coming on, sharing, donating, liking, commenting. I thank you all for your support. and I will see you all next week.